is this team capable of putting a run of wins, a run of results together to get you out of the situation you're in?
It's a bit I spoke about, is the approach. I think the right approach is how to approach the mental part. That is key, because if you want to get the wins that are necessary, you have to not avoid losing. And I understand that within this situation, it's a big part of it. You start the game, it's 0-0. You have a result in hand. If you want to protect that too much, the initiative goes, and it's hard then to get wins. Of course, it has to be in balance. We have to look at certain opponents where how much initiative you're gonna show, and how much do we need to control the game. But that balance can be found in the approach and in the game plans, and important that part is right.
It is Chelsea, a trip to Chelsea. Are you at a slight disadvantage because Enzo Maresca knows what is in your squad, and he's kind of got a little bit of an advantage over you going into that game?
He knows the squad, but I think with all the games and how we are able to analyze the opponents, we have the information necessary to be prepared. So of course we prepared ourselves and are preparing ourselves for Sunday. Also with the game they played yesterday, part of that, and we'll be ready for Sunday.
And just finally from me, are the games now all with 11 to go must win or must not lose?
The approach, and it always has been, is to get the maximum out of a game, and always plan to be able to win in one way or the other. And if you can't win, you want to protect the result in the end. That's how depends on how the game goes. So in that sense, it is the similar approach for Sunday than all the other games.
Best of luck for the weekend.
Thank you.
Hi Ruud. Just wanted to look at your availability ahead of Sunday. How is Rio Koulibaly doing after missing the game against West Ham?
Yeah, no, he's fine. He had some little bits, but as expected, he trained, and he's we have today and tomorrow to train, but for now he's available.
And any fresh injuries ahead of the game this week?
So far, no.
Good. It's obviously been quite a long time from West Ham to Chelsea relative to the normal Premier League schedule. Has it been beneficial for you as a coach and the rest of your staff to really work with your players during this time?
Yeah, you have to take advantage of this time, and we had 5 sessions, 5 days together here, including today and tomorrow, to prepare for that game within the schedule. So those seconds, every second we use, but we always done that, and to work with the team. Of course, you have to recover from a bad result and rise again. But this team is capable of doing it. We're not the only team in this situation where we have to deal with loss after loss. The more teams are doing that around us, so we have to make sure that we are ready again for Sunday.
In those 5 sessions, what were the key elements you wanted to focus on?
No, we have our planning on our development in our own game model, and then of course we prepare for the opponent. So we look at all aspects of the game to work on the offensive bit, on the defensive bit, on the transitions, on set pieces, individual development of players. So the week was planned as always.
I wonder whether, because your side currently have the lowest XG in the Premier League at the moment, and we've spoken about chance creation and those kind of things before, has that been a focus of creating better chances, and how have you tried to do that?
No, we always look at that, and I think we had a spell where we created quite a bit, and we couldn't finish the chances. And over the last period, we didn't create as much as we wanted. We also looked at more defensive organization to be able to defend better, to give less chances away. Of course, it's a balance. If you go too offensive, you concede, and if you go too defensive, you don't create. And that's a challenge.
You told us before that you know Enzo Maresca from your playing days. What will you be expecting from him and his Chelsea side on Sunday?
No, it's clear. I also watched the game yesterday, how they play, the approach, the squad they have, the quality they have, the fight they are in now to qualify for the Champions League. So no, we know the task ahead is big for us, but we'll do everything possible to get a result.
Differently to your XG, Chelsea have the second best in the Premier League. How big of a focus do you have to put on stopping that at source, I wonder, because they're clearly very good at creating high quality chances?
It's clear. Thanks for helping us analyzing the opponent. We saw that too. And of course, the game plan is a big part of it. We know that Chelsea will have a lot of the ball, and we have to make sure we're ready for that, defend well, and see what we can do on the break, for example, to create chances.
Just finally, I wanted to ask about Jeremy Monga. Been lots of reports this week about his future, where that might lie. Is there anything you can tell us about him at the moment?
Yes, he's part of our training setup, as you know, on the days that it's possible for him within his school program. Of course, his games in the under-21s, playing for the national team, did very well at the under-16s for England as captain and scored. So we follow his program very closely, and within that he's training with us. Of course, the priority is to get him and to keep him at the club. Conversations are in the past have been there with myself and the club and Jeremy, his agent, and his family. Presented him the plan that we have for him, and it's ongoing. So we do absolutely everything we can to keep him here.
Is it more difficult to give him those opportunities with the school side of things to kind of show him that in practice rather than just in theory?
No, we are limited in the sessions because of school, but it's about the plan that we have for him. Next season that will change, and as it was part of the plan to be part of pre-season and take it from there, because we see in him a player that can have impact sooner than later.
Are you confident you can keep him beyond the summer?
We do everything we can to do so, and more we can't do.
Thank you very much. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Charlie from the sequence.
Hi, Ruud. Just on Jeremy then, if you can keep him, will he be a part of the first team squad in the next season?
As I said before, he will be part of pre-season.
And take it from there?
Yes.
From a pressure standpoint, as you get closer to the end of the season, does it ramp up game by game? And if it does, how do you try and keep a lid on that?
Mm-hmm. It's by being strong as a character. You have to be able to show your character in difficult times, and when the going gets tough, the tough get going. As simple as that. Simple as that. So you do everything you can, and the result is the result, and you evaluate and you get up and go again. That is the example you have to be, and we're in a situation where we all have to show our characters and all have to be resilient. Is that the word for that?
Yeah.
Resilient to these circumstances of conceding loss after loss, but still be able to show the best for the team, for the club, and keep pushing. And that is a collective thing. You need to lead by example, I think, as a manager and as a coaching staff. And then the players, of course, from within the dressing room, the same. And that's what they show. They show that they get up and learn and want to do better. And that's what we're doing.
Character is clearly such a huge part of it. Everybody talks about like the character, the strength of personalities that you used to have in that old Manchester United dressing room. Do you think that this group has the character to dig in and fight for survival? Has it got enough of that sort of movement?
I think it has. I think they have. And as long as you do it together, and that's the thing. And if we can go out there and give it our best and have a go, give it a go, you know, not to be too afraid, you know, and that's the mental part that I speak about a lot, and that is the one of the biggest challenges, I think.
Just finally, what have you seen then with this almost full week of training that you've had that tells you you can go to Stamford Bridge this weekend and get a positive result?
No, because the reaction of the players, see how they train, how they work, how they want to do well as an individual and as a team. The players are together, they want to perform, they work hard, and I don't see a decrease of that mentality in training, so that for me is a big sign.